Great, guys. So let's start one more time. My name is Andrew, and I'm from Craft Innovations. Today, I'm hosting this webinar dedicated to usability audit for fintechs, and also it's applicable to other industries, but we will more focus specifically on the product metrics and the impact of the usability audit on the in the fintech and banking industry. So. Agenda for today, I will tell you a few words about myself and about the Craft Innovations, what we do, and again, so why our expertise in this area are probably useful and why we converted it into the series of webinars on different topics regarding the usability, regarding the product market fit, and so on. Then we will jump to the section of the user experience and its connection with the product metrics. So, and moving forward to usability testing methods that we regularly apply depending on different tasks. So we work with our clients worldwide. And then we jump to a Q&A session where you will feel free to ask me anything that you want. So let's go then. About me, I founded the Craft Innovation in 2018. So as you can see, I have quite a lot of things that I'm doing in this life. I'm also a mentor in the European Bank of Reconstruction and Development in their startup venture program. But overall, my role and the sense why am I starting this company, it's to help you guys make better products and through this approach change this world for a little bit, like making it a little bit better place to live and help you to deliver a great customer experience. And we do this in Craft Innovations through three pillars of our core services. Probably if you're aware about the design thinking methodology, you probably know that it's impossible to build something meaningful and that helps people really solve their needs without the customer research. So we focus on the customer research on the first pass, first stage of the product development lifecycle. We help companies to identify product and market needs and validate product market fit of their products. Then usually we support our clients into transferring ideas into the feasible prototypes. So we do the product design services and UX UI design or redesign, depends on the startup stage or company stage. And the third pillar, it's the purpose of the today's webinar, the usability. And a lot of products for many years already on the market, they have their specific traction, but sometimes the context of the customer experience changed, and we need to figure out what is going on and why sometimes some specific features are not very popular among the customers, or transaction activity is going down, or overall to understand existing challenges that our users face during the interaction with our product or interfaces. So, and we focus on helping to identify this issue and find the solution, what to do with that. So we work a lot with many companies in financial industry, with banks, MasterCard, Canada, Visa, even United Nations. So I will not stay here for a long time. Just want to give you a brief overview about our expertise and why I can talk about the usability today. Overall, our team conducted more than 1,500 usability sessions across the globe, and we test the mobile application, web banking, corporate websites, SaaS platforms, sometimes even the variables. So again, different countries, different continents, different user context, everything could be covered through talking to users, observe the users, and getting insight from their behavior. So why UX matters? I think that most of you agree with me that in the current world, the user experience is one of the key criteria of the business success. I think I will not even telling the product success, but business at all. So overall, the user experience, it's like the way how customers interact with the product, with the service at all. And the difference between user experience and the customer experience, that user experience usually more focused on the digital touch points. So when we talk about usability audits or usability testing, we primarily focusing on the digital components of the business. And the only thing that usually is beyond the digital component is the customer value proposition, but it's really very important how we communicate value on the through our digital touch points and how we deliver this value. So again, this would be a part of usability testing and usability audit. So after the customer value proposition, we focus on web banking, customer support. It's a very crucial part of the experience, and of course, mobile banking or different kind of variables. Again, if you're not in the banking industries, you have SaaS platform or other type of mobile application or investment application. So insurance company, overall, you have the web or mobile interfaces and interaction with your user. So again, nowadays UX is really important thing, and thanks to UX, many of the current very famous companies and new challenges on the market gain their traction. So combination of great digital user experience helped Nubank, Revolut, Wealthsimple, Monza, Mona, N26, and many others to get millions of users and grab these users from the well-established financial institutions again across the globe. It's in the Pacific region, it's in Europe, Middle East, United States, Canada as well, whenever. So let's take a look on the customer life cycle and try to identify what stages in an average, on an example of the banking industry, the customer goes through, and what product metrics are usually on the radar of the product managers. And then we will talk about how user experience can influence negatively or positively on this product metrics. So the user flow, user journey usually starts from the consideration. It's like discovery process. We are looking for a new bank, new investment opportunities, new insurance company, wealth management, and so on. So this is discovery stage. Then usually it's process of the onboarding, depends on in which sector of the financial industry you are. We have the KYC process, account setup, some first money transfer or other type of operations. So that really activates user in the system. So then it's usually some kind of daily operations, or we call it like a core banking operation. So it could be, the main part, the core part of your product. And in case of the banking, it's money transfer, card management, deposits, currency exchange, bill payment, personal finance management, and so on. So this is what users usually do daily, and if these things are inconvenient, so everything goes wrong. Then any product, usually among the core features, they have like some advanced products, some additional features where you can gain extra margin. And let's say it could be like a credit or buy now, pay later products, trading, wealth management, insurance, premium banking, and so on. So then we touch the support, and support usually is going on through a contact center, is usually going on through or physical experience in the branch, whatever. And then in theory, situation life is different, and sometimes people can leave. And again, closing the accounts and finishing business with your company is also the part of consumer journey. And we need to think about this as well to be, ecological, and sometimes, help them to still keep good relations with the possibility to return these customers back. So back to the product metrics. On the first stage, on the discovery, what is important for us and what we are looking for is how to increase the conversion rate of the visitors or the first impression into the next action, like application, or they going to onboarding. And for us, it's important the customer acquisition cost. Usually on the onboarding stage, the product managers, they're focusing on the onboarding completion rate and first transaction rate. Nobody wants to just having users like in a dead list when they're not active, and probably it's not what we are going to achieve here. So when we talk about the daily banking, what is important, it's like transaction volume, transaction frequency, and like it's what we are thinking about during the day, daytime, and sometimes day night period of time when product manager thinking how to improve this stats. Again, when we talk about the advanced products, what is really important for us is the percentage of customers who start using these products and usually start paying for them. So engagement rate is really important. So that's why we would like to focus on the thinking how we can help users to find the right products within our application or web banking and so on. On our experience, this is a huge issue when products are on the market already a couple of years and they grow their internal product portfolio. Some core products are like on the first screen and then others somewhere in the information architecture, and people usually cannot find them. So when we talk about the support, ticket volume is critical, and as well it could be branch traffic if you have the physical presence offline, but ticket volume is crucial stuff, and UX directly influence on the quantity of the support requests that your company can get from the consumer. And when we try to keep people with us on the stage where they want to depart from us, the retention rate is also a very important metric. So how usually UX and what usability issues can make product managers' life harder in terms of the meeting the customer expectations and improve the product metrics that we told a couple minutes ago. So for the stage of the discovery and consideration stage, couple of common usability issues that you can face. First, it's a poor first impression. So our design is outdated. The information is presented in really difficult way. So we talk with the user with the financial terminologies and financial language they cannot understand, and so on. Unclear next steps. Customers, when they are interacting with our interface, they may don't know what to do next, how to apply, and what are requirements to be eligible for some sort of product. Again, we do not communicate clearly our value proposition, or made it in a way that's really not, appealing to the customer needs. And especially nowadays, poor mobile experience, because around 65-85% depends on the industry segment. Traffic goes specifically first impressions through mobile when we browsing something online or click the advertising in the social medias or somewhere else. So moving next, onboarding, complex KYC procedures and long forms during the application process usually significantly involve significantly damage the completion rate. So again, unclear process when we have depends on the regulations. For example, in UK, you need to fill a lot of forms, and usually the KYC procedures and onboarding process takes about 5 minutes to complete. While in Nigeria, for example, it's just a 3 steps process, and in a 15-20 seconds, you can be inside the system, and all other documents you can upload later, but the initial stage is really short. Again, this is the result of some sort of the regulations, but again, how can we communicate it with the consumer? So how many steps still he needs to complete? really influence the completion rate. And again, if the mobile user experience is not great, so it will significantly decrease the completion rate and first transaction rate as well. So moving next, daily banking. Again, daily banking is all about the convenience and convenience with the core features of the product, like frictions in the transfer of payments drives people crazy. Pending transactions, a really big usability issue because customers are not aware about exact balance that they have and don't know how to plan their expenses. Again, poor UX, poor navigation, or sometimes overly aggressive timeouts when we log out from the app just in seconds of the pause in interacting makes people really frustrated about this experience and make them consider to move to another service provider or even to bank. So advanced products, it's all about the feature discoverability. So it's how easy to find and to understand what other options are available. And again, from our experience, especially when it's established financial products and with a lot of services, as I said, it's trading, it's wealth management, insurance, or I don't know, helping with your taxes or something like that. Usually it's somewhere else, and people, because we are like living with a very high space and we just make transactions, they even didn't visit the sections where they can find these products. As a result, only on average 20-25% of the mobile app users use additional this product feature that financial institutions have. So hidden tariffs, the big problem when we are not transparent in terms of the how and why we are going to charge a customer. No onboarding process in the new product, so we don't educate consumer how to use some specific feature, and complex UX copy. Again, it's widespread, huge pain point because we, like, with all respect, so we when the product managers from the financial institutions, they usually type and add data again that is common to inside the financial institutions. It's a language of communication. But when we talk about the consumers, they are like absolutely became frustrated when they cannot understand what to do, what the terminology is, what are the results of the implication of this terminology. So this is a big deal here. In terms of the support, usually in the ideal world, we would like not to like give the reason to chat with the support, but currently a lot of everywhere. So we're trying to implement the AI in terms of the customer support and can significantly decrease the cost of this support. But for the customers, when they freaked out when they don't understand with whom they're talking. So this is a live agent. So it's a live person who can help, or this is like AI or like other type of chatbot that's implemented into your product. Long response time, especially I know some colleagues from Canada here, when you call to TD, whatever, to any of our banks, you can like stay there forever. Again, fragmented support channels. This is also an issue. What does it mean? So when we start conversation in the chat, then I want to call you because of some reason to live support. You cannot find, or you don't have access as a support manager to our previous conversation. So I have to, again, one more time, tell you my story repeatedly. And again, I personally face this issue very regularly here in Canada and with other financial institutions across the globe. And sometimes, again, as I said previously, customers need to leave with different reasons. And we as an organization, we should support them as well on this stage. So not put a lot of barriers into migration process, be transparent in terms of how they can download, for example, their historical transactional data or statements if this is important for them and keep them with us. Unclear status again of pending transactions. So when we make the final cutoff here, and how we can be sure that this is the final balance that we are closing right now. This not all, but very common issues that our consumers can face in the interaction with the product. So the main idea in terms of the usability audit is to find out where these issues are and what can we do as organization, as the UX product designer, product team, to improve this experience, because it significantly can influence this product metrics. But also currently we're more focused on the products that are already on the market, but also we can avoid and prevent many of these usability issues if we do usability testing in advance of usability audit. Moving to the usability audits and usability testing topic. So there are overall two main pillars how we can conduct this research and get data about the user's experience with our product. First one is the usability testing. The focus here is about the live interaction or direct interaction with the consumer. If it's unmoderated usability testing, I will tell about that a little bit later. But the core thing that we, through usability testing, give users a real life scenarios and observe what they are doing with our application or with the prototype of our application. And our goal here is to identify usability issues, to understand the user behavior, and get feedback about the overall product experience, customer satisfaction score, what their expectations from our service that they have. Usability audit, it's more as an expert evaluation of digital products, and usually usability audit conducted when the product is already on the market. And a usability audit more focused on identifying usability issues and areas of improvement, not in direct interaction with the customer, but more on comparing existing design and user flow and user experience with the best standards and usability heuristics that we have. Usually conducted in our case, we have the usability auditors inside the organization, and they do all these procedures starting from the earlier first stages of the customer life cycle, so how they can find information about the company, finishing the stage when they, in some reason, would like to leave and take data with them. So, and again, when we talk about the product heuristics and best practices on the market, are widely known, like Nielsen-Norman Group heuristics. Again, we developed Craft Innovations usability principles that we use to conduct these usability audits. Overall, all these methods or combination of usability testing and usability audit can give you a lot of insights about the user experience with the product. So when to test? We define 3 stages. First, it's early stage prototypes or product concepts. It could be lo-fi prototypes, black and white without the final design. And our goal is to understand how clear the informational structure of the product for the end user, perception of the core feature, navigation, user flow, and overall user expectations from the product. We use 2 types of methods here. It's moderate usability testing or unmoderate usability testing for some features. But I can say from my experience, moderate usability testing, it's around 90% of cases. Later, I will go through what is the moderate testing is. So the pre-development stage, it's almost when we are ready to go, we have a UI, we have all final UX copy in place, and we're ready to pass the prototypes to development. And again, it's approximately 60% of our business right now. We test with, again, banks and financial institutions new features before they invest into development, because it's very important that let's really influence the budget of the project and at all when you launch product, test it or not. So our goals here is informational structure again, so how easy and understandable it is. Perception of core features, but it's already in detailed way, because through the clickable prototypes we try to test all corner cases that could appear in the user life. Navigation user flows, and again understand user expectations, and here we test a lot UX copy, so how clear the communication, how clear the messages to the consumer, so are they okay or not with interacting with this data. So, and again, sometimes we are already on the market, and here we can increase our portfolio of methods by using usability audit as additional tool. And it's logical when we are already on the market, we focus on existing customer experience with existing product. So we try to identify any frictions that influence product metrics. We try to optimize user journey, understand what we need to do there, get customer feedback about the customer effort score or customer satisfaction score here. We talk about the UX copy and UI elements, and try to, again, evaluate some assumptions about the customers and their experience over the time. So moving to the testing method, the most favorable and often used is the moderate usability testing. This method is usually involved, except the participant, the moderator, that specifically involved in the conversation with the customer. So how it works? On the beginning of the project, with the product team, you decide what user flows and what part of the user experience you would like to test. And then you create the prototypes of this user flows, or if it's a live product, so you decide what user scenarios you would like to cover. Then you search for these specific users, depends on the customer segmentation. It could be like experience with the product, age, whatever. And then ask these participants complete some specific tasks. And during these tasks, the moderator, they ask questions, why user navigate in this specific way, what is his expectations, so where is he feel uncomfortable or unsure about what is going on, and so on. And as well, we ask the customer effort score. And after the conversation with the participant, usually when we analyze this session, we focus on counting number of mistakes during the execution of specific tasks that we decided to give to the customer. We count the time of task completion, with time on the task completion rate. So we count the task completion path, so how customers navigate inside the application. And of course, we analyze the user feedback. So what they say, how they say, and what is important for them or not. And moving to unmoderated usability tests. So the difference between this method and moderated usability testing, that usually here we are not involved physically in direct communication with the consumer. We also have the user scenarios, but we programming them on the different specific platform like Maze or Youthberry, and just send a link to the customers. And these users, through these platforms, we can track how users interact with the prototype, and where they click, we can ask them some simple messages, some simple questions about how they can rate specific task and experience with task execution. And at the end, we have quite a lot of quantitative data about the interaction with the prototype or with the service from the user experience. As you can see on the right side of the screen, this is like a almost live example. Sorry, I cannot provide the specific screen due to quite strict NDAs. I hope that you can understand that. So as you can see, we count the clicks, how many customers click on specific area of the screen. And we also see all paths, so how they can navigate, so how and why and what's like step, what was the step number 1, what was the step number 2, when they execute certain task, for example, open balance or like open new card or make a new transfer and so on. Again, give us also quantitative data, so the task completion rate, misclick rate, time of task completion, again, completion path, and so on. As you can see, again, on the right side, you can see the average time of execution, like 11 seconds, 21 seconds, number of misclicks, percentage of the how many consumers make the wrong choice on specific stage of the user flow, and so on. Then, like deeping into analysis of this data, we can provide a quite detailed recommendations of what should be improved to make users like feel more comfortable during the interaction with the prototype. And the usability audit, as I mentioned before, it's a process when the usability auditors, they go like a walkthrough process across the application, website, and make assessment of the experience with this digital touchpoint based on some specific standards. And for example, what we use is Craft Innovations usability principles, and what we assess there is findability. So it's how easy to find the data in the application itself, descriptiveness, so how clear we communicate with the app on the through the app to the customers. Controllability, it's how easy for the customer make some specific actions and he can influence what is going on in the system. The user engagement, internal consistency, some external standards, system status, accessibility, and so on. And usually it's like provided at the end as an audit report, which you can, product team that can work with and make next steps. And what is really important is to understand by the end how we can measure the result. And here, what we usually do and what metric we recommend, it's single usability metric, or it's so-called SUM index, that allows to combine different metrics in terms of the usability, like task success rate, time of execution, error rate, and customer effort score in one place. So as you can see on the right side, task number 4, I find Swift transfers. And again, we can see option number 1, option number 2, and depends on the quantity of the user mistakes, average number of errors during the process, the time of the execution, and customer effort score. 2 options have different score. One is really poor, 63%, and the second one, 91%, is great, so we can go with this option. So single usability metric is really a good one for doing so. Again, so thanks for listening to me during this webinar. We have a special terms and conditions on usability audit for webinar attendees and people who will watch it in the recording. So until September 1st, you can mention the UX webinar code in the message to me directly or to email to our company, and we'll know that you are from here and give you a really special offer on that. And this is like Q&A part. Encourage you to ask questions. Please welcome. Sabine, my one, maybe anyone else? Okay, no questions right now. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you, I see one question. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. I see. Again, the good question regarding the how to prioritize UX audit and UX testing correctly. Again, usually we start from the so you focus on the things that option number one bring you more money, and option number two, when you can see that the customers are complaining the most about some certain things through the contact center or through the public mentions in the chat and so on, and or where you like below the market on these things. So then you start focusing on exploring what is going on there. Okay, the most common usability issues you can see in the digital products. I mentioned that it's on the very beginning. Again, UX clarity, informational architecture, really how easy customer can navigate inside the app. Also, it's really important the KYC procedure and onboarding procedure to the product. Good. Thank you so much. I think that's all questions for now, and I hope you enjoy the content, and see you next time. Wish you a great day. Bye.